September 24th, 2025, Leh City. A protest that had been building for weeks suddenly turns violent. Demonstrators demanding statehood and tribal protections clash with police. The BJP office was set on fire. The Ladakh Hill Council building was vandalized. Security forces fire on crowds. Casualties were reported. The center blames climate activist Sonam Wangchuk for quote-unquote provoking the unrest. Wangchuk, who had already been on a long hunger strike, tells a different story.
जनजी आज बाहर निकले, उनको हमने कभी शक्ल तक नहीं देखा था। आज तक लद्दाख के लोगों की शिकायत थी कि ये जो युवा पीढ़ी है वो तो कभी अनशन में आते नहीं हैं, उन्हें तो शायद फिक्र ही नहीं है, बड़े बूढ़े ही आते हैं। तो सब यही कहा करते थे कि ये युवा पीढ़ी खुद मतलबी हैं, वो कभी अनशन में बैठने के लिए नहीं आते हैं। तो अचानक से वो आ गए, उनमें से किसी का हमने कभी शक्ल, बल्कि हमने मतलब 25 से कम के युवा लगभग ना के बराबर देखा है आज तक के अनशन में। आज अचानक उनका सबका एक तरह का बाढ़ सा आ गया। ये सब लोग हैरान हैं इस पे।
Frustrated youth, many protesting for the first time, surged onto the streets and couldn't be controlled. To understand how it came to this, we have to rewind to 2019 and trace how a hunger strike that began peacefully 2 weeks earlier ended in bloodshed. In August 2019, Parliament revoked Article 370 and split Jammu and Kashmir into 2 union territories. Jammu and Kashmir kept a legislature, Ladakh didn't. At first, Leh celebrated. For decades, leaders there had wanted UT status, saying Srinagar ignored Ladakh. But the celebration was short-lived. With no legislature, Ladakh had no MLAs and no local lawmaking. Instead, a lieutenant governor appointed from Delhi held the powers. Protections that once kept outsiders from buying land or taking government jobs vanished with Article 35A. Ladakhis began asking who controls our land, who gets our jobs, and what happens to our fragile environment. By 2020, 2 coalitions had taken shape, the Leh Apex Body and the Kargil Democratic Alliance. Though often at odds, they came together around 4 common demands. They called for statehood and an elected assembly of their own. They wanted Ladakh to be brought under the 6th schedule of the constitution, which grants greater autonomy to tribal majority regions. They pressed for separate parliamentary seats for Leh and Kargil, and they demanded a Ladakh-specific public service commission to finally fill thousands of long vacant jobs. The 6th schedule currently applies to parts of the northeast. It gives local councils power to make laws on land, forests, and cultural practices. Nearly 80% of Ladakh's population is tribal. Leaders argue that if the Northeast has protection, Ladakh should too. As Chering Dorje Lakruk of the Ladakh Buddhist Association warned,
जब हम कश्मीर के साथ थे तो लैंड का तो ऑलमोस्ट 100% सुरक्षा था हमें, और जॉब का भी यहाँ पर जो क्लास 4 और जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट कैडर पोस्ट होते थे हमारे यहाँ, वो उसके लिए बाहर से कोई नहीं आता था, कश्मीर से या जम्मू से। और लैंड तो बिकॉज ऑफ आर्टिकल 370 यहाँ कोई बाहर वाला कोई खरीद ही नहीं सकता था। अभी तो पूरे सबके लिए लद्दाख ओपन है, कोई भी यहाँ जमीन खरीद सकता है, कोई भी बिजनेस यहाँ एस्टेब्लिश कर सकते हैं। तो अभी बिल्कुल हम लोग सेफ गार्ड के बगैर हैं।
Sonam Wangchuk, the engineer and climate activist known for ice stupas and alternative schools, became the movement's most recognizable face. On September 10, 2025, he began a 35-day hunger strike in Leh. His demand was statehood and 6th schedule status. Villagers, monks, and students joined him. Civil society leaders said talks with Delhi had stalled since May. For 2 weeks, the strike remained peaceful, but anger was mounting. By September 24th, the hunger strike had reached its 15th day. That morning, crowds in Leh swelled beyond anything protest leaders expected. Many were young people, including schoolgirls and college students, joining for the first time. At first, they sat peacefully, but as numbers grew, some broke past enclosures. Police say protesters attacked vehicles, including a CRPF truck and the state police chief's car. About 30 security personnel were injured. The Home Ministry accused Wangchuk of stoking unrest with mentions of the Arab Spring and Gen Z protests abroad. Wangchuk rejected that. He said, and I quote, "Nobody had an inkling something like this would happen. Ladakh witnessed Gen Z frenzy today. They were not listening to anybody. They were not even afraid of bullets." The center insists it is already addressing Ladakh's concerns. In June 2025, new rules were announced. 85% of government jobs reserved for Ladakhis, a 15-year residency requirement for outsiders before they could claim domicile, and 1/3 of Hill Council seats reserved for women. Scheduled tribe quotas were raised from 45 to 84%. Boti and Purgi languages were given official status. Recruitment began for more than 1,800 government posts. But Wangchuk and protest leaders argue these are administrative steps. They want constitutional guarantees that cannot be rolled back. At the same time, Delhi has acted against Wangchuk. Beyond politics lies the environment. Ladakh is a cold desert that depends on glaciers. Studies show glaciers in the Pangong region shrank by nearly 7% between 1990 and 2019. That puts farms, nomadic herders, and entire villages at risk. Wangchuk calls Ladakh the quote-unquote third pole alongside the Arctic and Antarctic because its glaciers are vital to Asia's water supply. Locals fear that mega solar farms, mining, and mass tourism will destabilize this already fragile ecosystem. The Home Ministry has set the next round of talks with Ladakh leaders for October 6, 2025. The Leh apex body and the Kargil Democratic Alliance say they will only accept talks that directly address statehood and 6th schedule inclusion. Leh remains under curfew. The hunger strike has ended. With elections for the hill councils around the corner, the political stakes are rising. This is more than just a local protest. Ladakh borders both China and Pakistan. Its stability is tied to national security. That makes Delhi cautious, but it also makes Ladakhis more insistent that their voices be heard. From peaceful hunger strikes in freezing open air to violence on Leh streets, Ladakh's agitation has entered a decisive phase. The coming weeks and the center's response will determine if talks can bring peace or if unrest deepens in India's youngest union territory. That's it for today's video. If you have any feedback or suggestions, write to us at videos@thehindu.co.in. Thanks for watching.